Well, in this class, we are going to examine the relationship between emotional intelligence and leadership. What is the relationship between leadership behavior and emotional competencies, emotional questions? So, there is a popular notion in the recent years has developed out of research. Even Goldman also claims that 20% of our cognitive abilities is responsible for our success in organizations or in our career, while 80% of our attributes is related to non-cognitive abilities. So, keeping this in view, we will examine what are those non-cognitive abilities or social or socio-emotional abilities that makes leaders or managers or employees in organizations more successful than their counterparts. So, before going into details, although we are by this time very familiar with the emotional intelligence concept, but let us examine what is leadership and what exactly it talks about, and what are the different characteristics of a leader, and why leadership is important in discussion of organizational affairs. Keeping today's business scenario in view, there is a growing multidisciplinary research based on leadership characteristics, leadership issues, leadership challenges, leadership effectiveness. So, leadership is such a behavior has been derived from both sociology, psychology, political science. Even history also witnesses the emergence of various leaders and their characters and their influences in the sphere of politics, nation buildings, organization buildings, etc., etc. So, leadership is important due to multidisciplinary research. More and more number of growing research in the field of management, sociology, psychology, political science, anthropological studies. Then more demand and less supply. When there is in the sense more demand and less supply, in the sense organizations are frequently encountered with leadership deficits, in the sense that they are lacking appropriate or effective leaders to run their organizations. So, therefore, the pursuit of effective leaders in the life of any organizations has prompted researchers and practitioners to discuss and debate upon these issues, that how can we identify effective leaders, or how can even we nurture in organizations so that the leadership aspect is taken care very effectively. So, that is why there is more demand of leadership, but supply is very less, and under same operating conditions it is the leader who can make or mar the organizations. So, sometimes people say that leadership is the be all and end all of organizations. So, the survival and success of any organizations depends on the leadership. So, if leaders are not effective, organization may sink due to suffering the setback of productivity, suffering the setback of disorientation, etc., etc. So, leadership and business performances are directly related to each others. So, it is the leader that brings business performance in the life of any organizations. Leader is a change agent. Sometimes people often say that leaders are the only people who can bring change in organizations. Unless the top leadership initiate any change activities, it is very difficult to implement any kind of change. So, that is why leaders are otherwise known as the change agents. Adoption of innovations, any innovative technology coming to the market is not easy to implement in a particular organizations, because whenever any new is introduced in the life of any employee, there is too much resistance. People are skeptical. Are they competent to handle this technology? Are they comfortable to embrace that change? So, these are certain questions often comes to their minds. So, that is why it is not easy to implement any kind of innovation or innovative ideas, activity, technology, anything else. So, that is why it is the leader's challenge, or a leader's who is courageous, who is competent to handle this kind of change, persuading his people and convincing them the better side of it. So then suppose a plant or any industrial unit is going for modernizing its plant by introducing new technologies, because many times these organizations or particularly manufacturing organizations suffer from old technologies. Say for examples like till yesterday years or till last years we were making use of iPhone 6 or S6 in terms of Samsung phones, but this year you will find a new versions. So there are many people who have bought it, but they are still confused how to use it. So that has created a lot of chaos. Even while using Note 7s, people found it is dangerous to carry in flight. It is causing fires. So these are certain issues, burning issues, that create suspense in the minds of people while making use of new technologies, new instruments. And yes, suppose there is a a leader in marketing has recently taken over a industrial unit, say for the marketing of iPhone 6 in Asia Pacific regions. A new person has taken up, he has his own plans, his own ideas, but when he says, no, let's stop manufacturing this in China, let's move towards India, because we are getting cheaper level in India than China. So then it creates a chaos in Chinese market. But suddenly moving the plant from one place to other place and changing the marketing strategy is not easy to survive in international market. So any plan, whether in terms of production, marketing, selling, etc., or merger and acquisitions, say for examples, Tata has a subsidiary in UK, and suddenly the government wanted, please you move from our country, or you merge with some of the indigenous steel producers, and that became a challenge for Tata companies, because people, those who are working there, are very unwilling to merge with other companies, because they are not well aware what is the culture, what is the leadership style, what is the functional styles. So these are challenges that organizations often face when they are trying to introduce any innovation, any new policies, plans, or when they are trying to merge their subsidiaries with another units. So chaos are expected very frequently in the life of organizations. So it is only possible if the leaders are bold, brave to mobilize their employees. Like recently what happened to India when demonetization policy was introduced in India. Everywhere still the chaos is going on. Still some opposition parties are saying completely reversal of the introduction of this system. But the Modi leadership is saying no callback, we'll go ahead with this. So that is what we call the leadership influence, the leadership challenge that leaders often face in their life to bring success to their organizations. So therefore leadership lies more on sometimes personal power than positional power. So it is central concern that coping with change, inspiring and motivating followers to realize organizational visions is very difficult. So ordinary people cannot realize the long-term benefit of a introduction of a new policy. That is the leader who creates its visions. So therefore it becomes very difficult for a leader to convince the ordinary people about the extraordinary goals to be achieved in the long run. So therefore leadership is a very challenging task that needs to be very carefully practiced in organizations. It operates on the emotional as well as spiritual resources. Till the BJP government comes into power, consecutively 3 tenures this, the Congress and its alliance parties, they ruled. But the economic growth, interpersonal relations, etc., drastically gone down. Nobody was knowing that Modi, a person like Modi, will again emerge as a leader of the nation, and he will completely change the face of diplomatic relations, interpersonal relations, economic growth and development, technological advancements, etc., Now people are feeling that yes, this is the emergence of new leadership in the life of India is getting momentum in terms of growth and development. So that is where you need to create not only a political impact or technological impact or growth impact, you need to understand and tap the emotional and spiritual resources. You need to inject the values that one needs to exercise or needs to convey to its people. That is very important. So sometimes management rests more on positional than personal powers, but as a leader, people often define leadership. Leader are those who have followers. So you can't be a leader without your followers. But people often say, no, if you do not have power, nobody obey you, nobody follow your orders. So you can't be called a effective leaders. But the real power of a leader lies in its own strength and weaknesses. That is what we call personal power. Personal power does not only indicate one's positional power. It is the power that belongs to his inner resources. Like you should act as a role model, like Gandhi, Nehru, etc., etc. So there should be a charisma within you that people will be automatically attracted towards you as a leader. So that is what sometimes needs to be exercised in order to create impact in the common mass. So researchers also say that it is leadership predominantly operates on physical resources sometimes, but the capital, human skills, raw materials and the technology, these are temporary assets, but the long lasting and enduring assets are the human resources. So human capitals that needs to be tapped properly in order to create an effective impact. First, it is a set of role behavior. Leadership sometimes is defined as a set of role behaviors needed to accomplish tasks and maintain cohesion in the organizations. But this seems to be just like performing certain managerial functions. So that is the basic difference between a leader and a manager. Leader lead, this is the simple definition, conceptual definition. A manager only manages. So what does it mean? These are well defined functions. Planning, organizing and executing. Your roles are well defined. Leadership roles are beyond boundary. In the sense, managers always believe short-term achievement. Leaders always believe long-term. The leader wants to finish a project in time. Here, if the project is over, what next? The leader fixes that goals. So leader always believes in visions, but manager always believes in missions. Like in DRDO, the vision is to make India self-reliant in defense technology, but the mission of a leader is, those who are directors, their mission is to test a missile. So if the missile is successfully tested, then their mission is fulfilled. But that is not enough. Suppose you are testing Agni missiles, missile 1, your next target is go for Agni 2, then ballistic missiles, then integrated continental missiles. So they want to be the super, then the aspirations for superpower to be chalked out. So that is how the leader actually influence, but here the manager persuaded to perform certain jobs and responsibilities. These are called daily transactions, but leadership behaviors are not daily transactions. These are transactions for years to come. So that is how the leader, they vary from managers. But just like manager always believes in task accomplishments, but leaders always managers always believe task accomplishment, while leaders always believe achievement of future goals. Like I want to see my organizations, the top organization in the next 5 years. That is the vision organization sets. But manager says, I want to finish my project within the project time frame. That is the difference. Second, it is also influence the process. A set of strategies and tactics intended to influence the followers' values. Leadership behaviors are certain that it should impact your followers' behaviors. People should believe that, oh, this is the leader that we are looking for. What a person. He goes beyond the boundary line to help its people. So that sort of values needs to be inculcated. Leaders should be empathic. Leaders should be interpersonally very effective. Leaders should have emotional appeal to persuade the organizational values. So these are some of the findings that we have seen. Like one of the examples, people often say that traditional leadership always shows bold, brave, and courage. A leader should be. But in nowadays, if you exercise too much coercive behavior to persuade your people, nobody will listen to you. People will say, oh man, he is living in fool's paradise. He is living in stone age. This is the age of technology, age of software, age of supercomputer, and this man is showing his hand to slap on our face. So those things are getting obsolete. Rather, you should be more empathic, more caring, more compassionate. So that's why Rishi Modi, even some year ago, when he was the MD of Tata Steel, he says the 3 C's are very important: competency, courage, and compassion. So these are 3 important characteristics that leadership or any leader should possess. This gives rise to creation of a sense of mission. The leader should have loyalty, urgency, and action. So if you believe in your people, you can delegate responsibilities. You can delegate a responsibility and you can achieve the urgencies. Suppose urgently you need some action needs to be done. You have faith on your people, so that could be done. And yes, courageous, enthusiastic. Courageous means you should be risk takers. You do not display risk taking behavior, maybe people will take everything casually. So leaders should be tactful, decisive, loyal, intelligent, confident. He should be a good policymakers, gatekeepers. He should be a watchman of the organization, not a watchman of the gatekeeper of the organization. So why people say he also act as a gatekeeper? Because he has always an eye what is happening from not to. So from A to Z, he has to keep record of everything. So inflow and outflow resources, distribution of rewards, allocation of punishments, all these are interpersonal relationship and bandmasters of orchestra, just like captain of the ship. So these are certain characteristics one should display as a leader to lead the organizations. But over the years, we have seen that there is no such a single leadership style that is effective across all culture, all organizations. Therefore, people, instead of focusing on particular characteristic of a leader, nowadays organizational experts are focusing on what kind of a leadership style this person displays. Say for like, is the leader is autocratic, is the leader democratic, or is the leader is laissez-faire type of leader. Laissez-faires are very casual, easygoing people. So leadership style vary according to the type of organizations. Say for leadership at the top, middle, and lower level differs because of differentiated roles. Yes, the top leadership should be authoritative, middle leadership should be mediocre, and the lower leadership should be laissez-faire, because you are dealing with your contemporaries. So you should not be autocratic. So that is how that should be the structure of leadership in organization, so that there is a matching of frequencies of each other's mentality. Organizations have changed in new millennium. Machine does not dominate business. If machine dominates, then it could be designed, planned, monitored, and controlled. But work has become knowledge driven, service oriented, likewise by the right kind of attitude with right skills. So you cannot display any kind of mechanical leadership or automatic leadership. People often say the leadership needs change as the driver of motor car changes the gear depending upon the road condition or weather or power of the car and his or her own driving skills. So leaders should be competent enough to identify who is a competent, who is less competent, who is moderately competent. Accordingly, there should be job assignments, resource allocations, power delegations. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to deal with people in organizations. So depending upon this, there are different traits, there are styles which we talk about. People possess different characteristics and display a particular behaviors. So after discussing all these characteristics and competencies, let's examine how each of these characteristics of leadership behavior, how they are related to the emotional intelligence concept. Yeah. When it comes to emotional intelligence, how savvy you are in the means, do you understand emotions of your own? Do you understand emotion of others? Are you able to regulate your emotions appropriately? So how savvy you are? Then you go for an emotional intelligence checkup. So that determines the leader's emotional intelligence. So before knowing about anybody's or any leader's emotional intelligence, we should go for X-ray or any kind of checkup whether they are emotionally smart or not. Say for example, you are on an airplane that suddenly hits extremely bad turbulence and begins rocking from side to side. What do? See, there are 4 choices are given here. Continue to read your book or magazine or watch the movie, trying to pay little attention to the turbulent, become vigilant of an emergency, carefully monitoring the stewardess and reading the emergency instructions card, a little of both A and B, not sure, never noticed. So which one is the correct reaction if you are in the situations? Can there be any more other also? Are you feeling terrified and preparing for emergency landing? There are people, they look at each others, create turmoil and chaos. So which out of these 4 alternatives, which one you think that the possible answers? Or is there anything beyond this that you think that not noted? Or are you listening music? Are you listening music without paying attention? To the turbulence? So it depends on how vigilant you are towards the emergencies, how carefully you are, what is the status of your emotional state. This is if you are making or taking charge of all these situations, then you are getting emotionally vigilant. Let's go for the next situation. You are in a meeting when a colleague takes credit for work that you have done. What do? You are in a meeting when a colleague takes credit for work that you have done. Similarly, I ask a question that suppose the teachers has given assignments to all students and suddenly the teacher found that one student has copied from students B completely. So how do you react? Would you forgive him? Would you react towards him? Would you violently behave? Or would you let him go simply like this without any warning? So, these are certain situations we often face, something like creating emotional emergencies. So, how we take charge of those decisions sometimes display our emotional reactions. Immediately and publicly confront the colleague over the ownership of your work. Is that the right way to do it? You immediately, when somebody is presenting your work in front of you that you have done, how will you react? Immediately and publicly confront the colleague over the ownership of your work. After the meeting, take colleague aside and tell her that you would appreciate in the future that she credits you when speaking of your work. Alternative or choice 3, C, nothing. It's not a good idea to embarrass colleagues in public. After the colleague speaks publicly, thank her for referencing your work and give the group more specific detail about what you were trying to accomplish. So, there are group there are in this world who are very reactive. They cannot tolerate it anymore, but that is a sign of immaturity. First, immediately publicly you confront, hey, how dare you to show my work in front of the public. Those who are little bit emotionally controlled and seems to be mature, after the meeting they take the colleague aside and ask her that you would appreciate in the future that she credits you when speaking your work. So, if somebody is yes, you say I am very thankful to so and so that I am referring his work in here in my presentation. Third is nothing. It's a good idea to embrace colleagues in public. This is still better, but number 4 is the most, I think, the best one. After the colleague speaks publicly, thank her referencing your work and give the group more specific. So, it brings the scope to interpret the situation both for self and others. So, instead of reacting instantly, take a pause, take control of the situations and deliver letters. That's the way it shows that you are emotionally little mature. Then the third situation shows that you are a customer service representative and have just gotten an extremely angry client on the phone. What do you do? Like in our earlier classes, I was showing a person's figure that who is overreacting over telephones. If it continues for a little more, there may be heart attack. The person who is receiving the phone may be receiving a heart attack very soon. So, it's a similar kind of situations. You are a customer service representative and have just gotten an extremely angry client on the phone. What do you do? Even in similar cases, call center, basically in call centers, when the Indian call center executives deal with foreign customers like Americans and Europeans, most of the times they used to experience very abusive language because Indians' pronunciations are not at par with Europeans and Americans. So they abuse over telephones. So, in that condition, as a client, as a representative executive who is providing services to their client organization, what would be the appropriate way to react over the telephones? We will come back and examine these 4 choices, which one is the most appropriate. Thank you.